That's giving you a game. It's supposed to be media. Oh, well, I might not let me in no more. All right.
You're right. We got the red dot.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tommy Brown along with Miles Full. Along with us is the mini bulldozer, Scotty Hughes, Jesse Tate. And on the camera for you for a taped delay is our own Ron Freeman. Halftime, we'll expect to see Coach Roger Bryant pay us a visit, give us his analysis for the first half. But right now, we got the national anthem coming your way. As the Thomasville Bulldogs play host to Ben L. Smith. And they are the Eagles. Should be a good ball game. Well, that's your national anthem, and Miles, it's good to see a pep band here, and that's good to see.
Always like it when they play that national anthem live, don't you?
Absolutely. Well, Ben L. Smith comes in with a undefeated record early in the season. They're improved over last year's team. They'll feature quarterback Darius Shakomika, and we hope we're pronouncing that name correctly. We had to get this roster off the internet. Smith didn't bring any rosters with him here to the stadium. So, and also as a running back, a very dangerous running back, he'll be in that pistol set. It's Kenneth Faison. He's a junior. So a lot of speed on the field here tonight. The Bulldogs, they'll counter that with Keyshawn Carpenter, a senior. He'll be playing out of the wing position. And out of the other wing, you'll have Ricky Carlson and Gary Pemberton. There'll also be a wide receiver and Davian Prince. All those guys will be playing some wide outs and wings, and at quarterback we expect to see Johan Robinson, a junior, and he also plays free safety. And of course Kevin Robinson, the scat back senior. And he'll be going one way tonight. The captain's about to hit the field. Miles, this will be a fast track this afternoon, even though the field is a little damp.
Yeah, it feels a little damp, but it's not bad. The weather looks like it's going to hold off. It is very, very cloudy. But I'll tell you, Tommy, I've been thinking about this game all day today and looking at Greensboro Smith. They look much more organized and more athletic than what we saw them put on the field last year. So they've improved. Thomasville handled them pretty easily, 33-0 last year. I expect this to be a different ballgame. Like you said, they haven't lost a game yet this early young season, and they do look much more athletic than we saw last year, just in the warm-ups.
I think Smith to have a chance to win this game against this talented Bulldog team who sports a lot of great athletes. They cannot not allow the Bulldogs to get on the edge, Miles. They're going to have to walk up their secondary, play them a little closer, not have as much cushion, and give Robinson and company and Carpenter a chance to get one-on-one and out-athlete them. So we'll see how that plays out. And, of course, the Bulldogs have to play a little better at pass protection because Darius Chukwumika, he'll throw that ball around. He's got some good receivers.
Well, we saw the pass protection work very well a couple of games ago. Thomasville with 3 pick sixes. Last week, I thought Andrews threw the ball okay against Thomasville, moved the ball through the air. Thomasville lost a heartbreaker last week, 21-20. But I tell you, Coach Bradley George and his staff, they're loaded, and they're tweaking things and getting things kind of dialed in as this young season continues to move forward. And I expect Thomasville is going to be in really good shape as we go through the year.
Now, I'd like to give notice to our listeners that we're working off of a Wi-Fi out of the press box here at Thomasville, North Carolina, and should we get bumped off or some buffering occurs, just sign off of it, sign back on, and look for the restarted version, and we'll list it as 1, 2, 3. We'll let you know, and just go to the highest number. Sometimes it takes us 3 restarts to get out with a hotspot or a Wi-Fi where it's very weak, and it is weak here. So here we go, getting ready for the coin toss, and down on the sidelines is Jesse Tate and the mini bulldozer, Scotty Hughes. They'll be giving us their commentaries right now. Let's go down to Scotty. What about a field report? How's the field look to you?
Tommy, it looks like it drained pretty good. I don't think there should be any problems with slipping and sliding tonight. But we'll see. Seconds away. Back to you guys.
Okay, the Smith Eagles, dressed out in a white helmet, jersey, and gold pants, are coming right to left. And they've got a number 2 out there. The kid's an athlete. That's Darius Chukwumika. He's doing a flip, a forward flip with his helmet on. That's a good athlete.
He did one, and for Thomasville, Quentin Brunson did another one. You hate to see those kids hurt themselves before the game starts. That's a little dangerous.
I would break into the Bulldogs come out dressed in their Bulldog red helmet, jersey, and black pants, white numbers, and white black tee on the side of the helmet. We will be very descriptive as we call this game live audio, as we are videoing it for Facebook and YouTube. Had a ton of listeners last month for only 2 ball games. Working on 10,000. That's pretty good to start the season with. And we appreciate all those likes that we get. Now, we've had some people just join us, and we'll remind you that if the audio goes out, we're working on a Wi-Fi system here, and we'll switch to hotspot if that happens. So just sign back on, go to the latest startup. We'll try to list it like restart or restart 1, 2 as we go along. Lining the ball up is Marcio Garcia. He'll be kicking it off. Back deep is Navian Wall, along with Mika Cowan. Wall and Cowan. We'll see who gets the ball. Garcia's got a pretty good foot. We're set to go. The ref gives his okay, and Garcia kicks it off. High end over end kick. Ball has it back out to the 20, 25, and the Bulldogs meet him there as he'll go down close to the 30-yard line. It rained about 5 o'clock this afternoon, but the field looks in great shape. Parks and Recreation Director Corey Tobin's done a good job of his crew, keeping this field in really good shape. The forecast calls for cloudy weather through midnight. Let's hope that that holds up. I'm Tommy Bryan along with Miles Poole. On the camera for you is Ron Freeman, the Dean of Sportscasting in Davidson County, and also Jesse Tate and mini bulldozer Scotty Hughes. Handoff goes to the deep back, and he's straight up the middle off of that 5 gap on the left side, gets up, or C gap, if you will, gets up to about the 35-yard line, Miles. I pick up a 5 yards.
Yeah,
second and 5.
Nothing fancy, just straight run at you football on the first play from scrimmage for the Eagles, testing that Thomasville line, running between the tackles, and a nice pickup.
That was Wall on that carry, and he lines up in that running back spot. One split to the left, 3 to the right from the 35-yard line of their own. Come the Eagles. High snap, and quarterback is scrambling, and he can't get back to the line of scrimmage before he's run out of bounds. Darius Chukwamika, we might start calling him Darius before we maybe slip up on that word and say something we don't intend to.
It looked like it was a high snap. Chukwamika brought it down, but just a busted play. He tried to scramble around the left side, but Thomasville's defense held him in check over there.
Well, the Bulldogs have an injured player, Miles. Looks like number 30, but we don't have one on a roster. Now it's going to be 3rd and 9. That's a big loss for the Eagles. Now Darius will throw the ball. He's got 4 wideouts, 1 to the boundary and 3 to the wide side. A little bubble screen, it goes to the near side, and good yardage, but not enough to get that first down. That was Devon Mills on the catch. It's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and about 3. And I believe we'll see the punting team come out.
Yep, I think you're right. Thomas did a good job letting the receiver get it short, but certainly protected that first down marker, and they force a Eagles punt right out of the gate.
Back deep will be Keyshawn Carpenter. But he's playing up, Miles. Well, now he's dropping back. Carpenter will stand at the Bulldogs' 32-yard line. Here's the punt, and it's going to hit and take a eagle bounce inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. So the Bulldogs have a 1st and 10 working right to left as we go down to Scotty Hughes. Scotty?
That was a good job by the defense on that first series there. Was able to the quarterback scrambling east-west and stopped him for a loss, and that basically was a 3 and out there.
Will be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line, working right to left. Bulldogs on a red helmet, jersey, black pants, and white numbers. We'll have this video and audio available to you over the weekend on Facebook and YouTube. There's a handoff. It goes to Kay Robinson. He picks up about 3 yards out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Robinson on that one
about 4 yards.
Did a good job of just sidestepping that first defender and was able to scratch out about a 3-yard pickup.
It'll be 2nd and 6 from the Bulldog 33-yard line, working right to left. We'll see multiple formations from the Bulldogs. And here's Carpenter on that Bulldog sweep He cuts back north-south after trying to get around that right edge. Picks up enough yardage for the first down.
Just a dog's paw away from breaking that one, Tommy.
Yeah, we call that kind of the wild dog formation.
The wild
like
dog.
The wildcat. Yep. So Carpenter now. Miles working as quarterback up under center in a wing T formation. And a direct handoff, and we got a flag down. It was given to Kevin Robinson.
They're going to get Greensboro Smith for defensive offside, so that'll give Thomasville 5.
They'll make it first down and 5 for the Bulldogs at their own 46-yard line. Coach George and his fine staff been working hard to dial up the right formations and plays for this talented group of athletes that the Bulldogs have. And there's timeout on the field with 8:39 to go in the first quarter. Let's go down to Jesse Tate. Jess?
Yeah, I was down here talking to Scotty. I was like, I wish they would have froze on that play because that was a good-looking play because it looked like Robinson was finna carry that to the house, but he showed them, so they're going to have to change up now. So it was good defense on the Dogs, 3 and out, so they come into play tonight. So it's going to be interesting. Back to you guys.
Nobody in the state of North Carolina has a better stable of running backs than the Thomasville Bulldogs. Whoever they play have got to be on their game to stop these guys, and the key for them would be to keep them from going downhill.
And Tommy, when we talk about a stable, we're not talking about too deep. I mean, these running backs are 3, 4, maybe 5 deep if you throw Prince in there,
Absolutely. Up in the center comes Carpenter. Hands it to Kevin Robinson, and he's got the left edge as he's run out of bounds, crossing midfield down inside the 40-yard line. Good blocking by that offensive line.
Yeah, nice job by the offensive line blocking on the left side, and I think Robinson had a chance to take that one to the house. Right when he got into the secondary and had an opening, he pulled up and limped, and he's on the sidelines now. I think he may be cramping up. Hopefully it's only a cramp, but I think that prevented him from going to the house.
Well, Carpenter been very effective at quarterback and
starting at quarterback tonight.
Yeah, now you've got Robinson and Carpenter in the lineup. I think Siobhan Robinson now is going to quarterback, and Carpenter goes to a right wing position. And a fumble, and Robinson falls on it. Be second down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 39-yard line of the Eagles.
Sometimes when you have alternating quarterbacks and you go under center, you see that. You see that happen right there. You see the missnap, the mishandle.
Now they spot the ball at the 38 of the Eagles. I believe right now, Miles, Bulldogs from 4-down territory.
I think you're right.
8 minutes left on the first quarter. We're scoreless. Bulldogs on their first possession, marching down to the 38-yard line. And here's Carpenter on the sweep and breaking tackles, and he picks up about 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs, a 35-yard line. That time I thought Smith did a good job coming up, Miles, and keeping Carpenter from going north-south.
Yeah, he followed Prince, the blocking back, around the right side, and there were a lot of white jerseys over there, so they strung that one out good.
As soon as we get a break, we'll go down to the mini bulldozer, and he can tell you all about the touchdowns that he can help you score with your insurance. 3rd and 7, tight formation for the Bulldogs. Here comes a sweep around the left side, and that's not going to be enough for the first down. That time That was Jacobson.
Well, very manageable 4th down for Thomasville, though, with that backfield that they have.
It's going to be 4th and 2. Let's see what Smith can do on defense to try to stop this. Robinson's going to be up under center. Hands it to K. Robinson. He's hit, but breaks a tackle into the secondary, Miles. He's got the first down. You can't arm tackle any of these Bulldogs.
And I tell you, he is really slow to get up. He is really being bothered by those cramps already early in this ball game. He's up. Tough young man gets the first down.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if it comes off. He's asking for somebody to replace him, I believe, Miles. No, he's staying in. Well, it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 22-yard line. .5:38 left in the first quarter. Jay Robinson sweeping the right side. He dives for a yard or 2. Smith defense pulled up pretty quick on that one.
Well, obviously Smith's watched a lot of game film, and they're coming in here. They are not going to give Thomasville the edge.
That'll make it 2nd and 9. From the 21-yard line of Smith.
Everything on the ground so far for Thomasville.
It's starting to cool off a little bit here at Cushwa Stadium. Jay Robinson up under center. Wing T formation. The pitch goes to K. Robinson, and a blitz was on and catches him in the secondary. Coming up quickly was number 7, which is not on the roster.
Well, I tell you, he made a great open field tackle on a guy that's hard to tackle one-on-one. Kevin Robinson, pretty powerful runner, low to the ground guy, but number 7 came in and made a really nice stop.
That'll make it 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs, who are in 4-down territory, but close to Garcia's range.
Yeah, they are close to Garcia's range. You're exactly right. Matter of fact, they may be in it now.
Tyreek White splits to the far right side. Shotgun formation. Back goes Jay Robinson trying to run that corner, and he does. Turns the corner, runs out of bounds. He's going to be short of that first down, Miles.
He is going to be short, Tommy, but he might have got enough yardage to go ahead and bring Garcia out to attempt a field goal, because they are within his range now, even though it's starting to mist and rain here.
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to go for the field goal.
Nope, they're not.
They say he stepped out, Miles, at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah.
Out of bounds. So that brings it back. It's going to be 4th and 10. Could we see a pass play for the first time?
Potentially, you could.
I don't think we've seen one yet in the game, have we?
Not in this one. Nope, not for Thomasville.
Looking to see there's no clock on to give you a play clock out available. Now we got a timeout called, and there's 3:43 to go in the first quarter. Let's go down to Scotty Hughes. Scotty, you want to tell us about the touchdown you can help the folks score?
Yeah, Tommy, we're talking about your health, and we're talking about health insurance. We have that over at Farm Bureau, 23 Cedar Lodge Road, right here in Thomasville, and we're ramping up. We can start talking to people around October 15th, and we can write it on November 1, unless there's some type of a family change. We can go ahead and do it right now. But health insurance is a big thing, and if you ever get hurt and you don't have any, you'll understand.
Well, the direct snap went to Carpenter, sweeping the left side. And Miles, we talked about before the ball game, Smith was able to come up and stop him before he could go north-south.
Yeah, they've done a good job so far in the ball game on that. And I tell you, this is a good one. This is we're in a slugfest right now, late in the first quarter. Goose eggs on the scoreboard.
Okay, we'll be going back to Scotty in a few minutes and find out a little more about those touchdowns so you can keep your score. Shokomika back in the shotgun. 3 wideouts to the left. He keeps it on a keeper coming to the near side, Miles. Runs out of bounds. He's going to be short of the first down, but not a bad-looking play.
No. I tell you, Chukwuemeka got a little speed to him, too. If he gets in the open field, look out.
Absolutely. Davian Wall is the running back there with him. It's 2nd and 8 now. From the 21-yard line, here's a bubble screen to the left side, and the Bulldogs play it out pretty good, but the receiver was able to break 2 tackles. On the play was Micah Cowan. Miles, that was just a great run after catch.
It was. I mean, it looked like Thomasville had him bottled up for no gain, and 2 missed tackles allowed Cowan to get down 1 yard short of that first, so a 9-yard pickup.
3rd and 1. And it's Cowan again on the right side, and he's close to that first down. I believe he's got it, Miles.
Yeah, he's going to have it by about a half a yard. Nice little push up the middle by that O-line, and the Eagles will move the chains.
No score in the game. 2:48 left in the first quarter. Ball's resting at the 32-yard line of Ben L. Smith. And Miles, I believe, aren't they 3A?
I think Smith is 3A.
Yeah, taking on one of the tough 1A programs here this afternoon. Shokomika back in the gun. And he hands it off, but we got a whistle.
Maybe a false start. Let's see. Yeah, that's what we got.
Yeah. So that'll make it 1st and 15 for Greensboro. Smith. Miles is a wide out on the field, number 3 for Ben L. Smith. It's not on the roster.
I know, but you can spot him. I mean, he's a tall-looking receiver.
Yes, he is.
They got 2 big wideouts.
3 to the wide side, working left to right, 1 split to the left. Chukwuemeka back in the gun. Wall is his lone setback. It's going to be Wall straight up the gut, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Bulldogs defense stiffens up.
Tough sledding up the middle there. I think Makeup's one of the guys in there for Thomasville making that stop.
So it's going to be 2nd down and about 14 from the 28-yard line of Smith. 1:18 left in the first quarter.
How about a pick 6 here? Perfect spot for a pick 6.
Wall, the lone setback. Working left to right. Come the Eagles. 1 man in motion to the near side. Chukwuemeka fires it underneath. Complete. out to the 35-yard line. That'll be third down and about 7.
Nice little pass play to Jamari Shepard, the freshman, dragging across the field. Nice pickup. It was not enough, well short of the first down, but it gained about 10 yards.
Bulldogs safety is Johan Robinson, the quarterback. Bulldogs using 2 quarterbacks here this afternoon. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll try to get you some scores from around the area at halftime. Two wideouts to the boundary. One split to the left. Chuckamika rolling to his left. Looking to throw it. He's going to fall. Threw the ball up. Will that be intentional grounding? I don't think so.
Well, let's see. They're going to chat about it. There's a flag. Yep.
That'd be a loss of down.
Chuckamika under a lot of pressure, Tommy, and right before he got hit for the sack, he just kind of tossed that ball up in the air, and they're going to say it was intentional grounding.
Well, that's what the call will be, and that'll bring out the punting unit, I do believe.
Yep.
So we're scoreless with 38.5 seconds left in the first quarter.
Both defenses came to play, didn't they?
Yes, they did, but I still expect to see some scoring in this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like a filling out process in this first quarter.
Yep.
But the Bulldogs have really good field position. They should be able to get the ball within 2 plays, being 4-down territory.
Well, they kicked it away from the returner, Carpenter. Let's see what they do here on this punt.
Kiefer Smith has got a good snap. They do, and it's away, but it's almost a pop-up.
Wow.
And it hits and takes a Bulldog bounce, and Wall downs it. And the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 in great position as we go down to Jesse Tate. Jess?
I'm going to give the Bulldogs the upper hand because they've been able to pick up first downs. They sort of got the momentum going, so this is going to be a big drive for them, but I think they can get on the board this time.
Well, I want to remind you that to get that accessory, it goes great with a wedding ring or engagement ring. That's that double diamond band that will accent any kind of jewelry you have, especially on that ring hand. And you get it at Ellis Jewelers in Thomasville, Lexington. There's a handoff. Goes to Robinson, Kevin Robinson.
False start against Thomasville. Carson moved early. I got to commend both teams, Tommy, because they're wearing the uniforms where their numbers are so easy to read. You got dark green numbers on a white jersey, and you got big white numbers on a red jersey, and it's just beautiful, isn't it?
It's so nice. I've got my glasses off right now, and it's just, I can't believe I can see those numbers. It's going to be 1st and 15 from the 40-yard line of Smith. The Bulldogs have it working right to left. They'll go to that wing T formation with the quarterback up under center and one setback. And it goes to Robinson, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. He might have got a half yard, that's all. It's going to be 2nd down at about 14. But that double diamond band, you can get Ellis Jewelers, Thomasville, or Lexington. And Lexington take that Moxville exit off of Business 85 and look to the left to see Ellis Jewelers, see Tim or Ryan. That's Ryan White, motion picture. He might be starring in. I'll be glad to tell you about it. We got timeout on the field. That's the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless. Thomasville Family Pharmacy is at 1116 Lexington Avenue in Thomasville, and Lexington Family Pharmacy at 800 East Center Street, Lexington, and Lexington Drug at 405 East Center Street in Lexington. Hours from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 1. Longtime Bulldog supporter and alumni and original Bulldog is Stephen Kuntz. He's the pharmacist. Convenient locations, low prices, quick service, most insurance plans accepted, and they treat you like family. That's where I get my medication. So go by and see them. S.E. Thomas Funeral and Cremation Services, 110 Highland Avenue in Thomasville, North Carolina. 336-475-1945. Compassionate and professional staff, affordable and dignified service. They honor all insurance plans, including Burial Association insurance. A full-service funeral home specializing in funeral plans, cremation, notary public, traditional funeral service, advanced funeral planning, final expense insurance. Dorothy Ann Harper Leak is the manager. Appreciate all your help. Well, the Bulldogs have it. 2nd and 14 from the 39-yard line of Smith. And here's Carpenter turning that corner, and he does, Miles, and he's gone. Nobody's going to catch him. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown, no flags. And that's what the Bulldogs do. They get Carpenter on the corner, either one of the Robinson kids on the corner, and they are gone. So the Bulldogs are on the board. Game breaker, Tommy. 9 seconds off the clock here in the second quarter, and Thomasville finally gets on the board with a nice run around the left side, 37 yards for Keyshawn Carpenter. Let's go down to Jesse Tate real quick. Well, after this extra point down. Garcia. Holding is Carpenter. Here's a spot. Kicks up, and it's good. 11:51 to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs are on the board, 7-0. Let's go down to Jesse Tate.
Yeah, I sort of thought the Dogs would get a score on this because they left with a good field position. I know sooner or later one of the Robinson boys, Carpenter, was going to get loose. So, like I said, Thomasville got the momentum going, so they just got to hold on to him and make some good stops on defense. Back to you guys.
Let's go down to Scotty Hughes. Scott?
Yeah, it looks like Thomasville's working that in quite a bit, and then they're sprinkling in it in the middle to be a little bit of a change-up, and it looks like it's working. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Bulldogs set to kick it off. Back deep is Micah Cowan. Wall is the other receiver back deep. Officials are set. Garcia looks both sides of the line. Now he approaches the football, and he kicks it deep. He drives Wall back to the 10-yard line, gets around the far side, out across the 20, 25, 30, before he's finally ridden out of bounds.
Good return by the Eagles. It might come back, though. Flags down at about the 25-yard line, usually indication of a hold on that return, but we'll see.
Well, I tell you, Smith does not want to get too far behind these Bulldogs.
No.
Because Bulldogs have, like you said, 4, 5, maybe 6 kids that can break it at any time. Well, the ball is brought out at the 20 and spotted up. 1st and 10. 3 wideouts to the near side, working left to right. 1 split to the far side for Chuckamika. Wall is the lone setback. A lone count. Handoff to Walls around the right side, and Miles, he's still on his feet, zigzagging through that secondary and gets out close to that first down, and it is a first down.
Yeah, nice run by Wall going off the right side, cut back to the left, and got hit a couple of times, but was able to spin off the tackles and picked up 10 yards.
He is slippery, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is.
There's a little screen over to the right side, but the Bulldogs sniff it out. Coming up quickly was Davian Prince. I believe he's the guy that made that stop.
That was McNear, Elijah McNear, number 6.
McNear.
Did a good job of fighting off the block, and that was a super defensive play by McNear.
McNear was out there right now. Able to make about a 5-yard loss on that play. We'll say that's about 14. 2nd and 14 for Smith. That sure indicated that nice run by Wall.
Absolutely.
Twins to the boundary, twins to the far side. Chuckamika back to pass, rolling to his right, being pressured. Gets away from one tackler, and he's going to be thrown down for another loss. He's going to lose about 6 more.
Boy, just nice defensive pressure by Thomasville. They only rushed 3 defenders that time on the quarterback, but Prince was able to get away from his double-team block, Tommy, and he actually almost sacked Chuckamika in the backfield, had him on his heels, and Thomasville finally gets the sack. Big, big loss. Prince shaking up on the play, going to come out.
So that will be 3rd and about 21 for Smith, and I don't think they'll be throwing it, but who knows? When you're this deep in your own territory, sometimes the old draw play is a wise thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll see what Chuckamika comes up with. A high snap, and he rolls to his left. He's looking to throw it, Miles. And he fires it, and it is almost picked off. It was intended for Jeremiah Shepard.
Well, credit the pressure that time, Tommy, with making that play not work for Greensboro. They had a good play. The receiver kind of did a little down and out, and then back down the field. That number 19 was wide open Shepard, but Chuckamika on the run under too much pressure just couldn't get the oomph on that ball to get it over the defense, and it was almost picked.
Well, Carpenter back deep to receive the punt. Standing on the Bulldog 41-yard line. Here's the punt. It's going to hit and take a Greensboro Smith bounce all the way down to the 38-yard line of Thomasville. That was a heck of a punt.
Kicking it away from Carpenter, not letting him touch the ball. I don't blame him, do you?
No. I want to thank Murrah Transfer for their help in bringing these broadcasts to you. 800-669-2928. Murrah Transfer Incorporated. Terminals located at 1660 Blair Street in Thomasville. One warehouse, 115,200 square foot. Direct service to customers. Tracing through the internet website, import containers, distribution, air ride trailers, low claim ratio. They do it all. Experienced furniture employees, competitive rates, cargo fully insured. Bulldogs in that wing T formation. Here comes Robinson on the option around the right side. Picks up good yardage down to the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs. Pick up a 5 of his second and 5.
Boy, I tell you what, Robinson's helmet comes off after the play is over. One of the guys for Smith kind of gave him a couple extra shoves there as he was getting up, but Robinson real heady, didn't retaliate, just got back up, found his helmet, and went back to the huddle.
Well, the Bulldogs able to get the big play and get on the board 7-0. They got a chance to add to that. Put a lot of pressure on Benell Smith. Kevin Robinson, the lone running back out of the wing T formation. Jay Robinson will hand it on a little reverse type play to Ricky Carson, and he's sitting in the backfield, Miles.
Yeah, thrown for a loss. They had that one bottled up really nice over to this side of the field, and like you said, Rick Carson's going to lose 2 or 3 yards.
That'll be a loss of 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs, working left to right. Smith brought a few fans with him. That's what being undefeated will do.
Yep.
Wing T formation again off the right hash mark. Handoff goes to Kevin Robinson, and he's hit, gains a couple yards. That'll make it 4th down and about 4 at the Bulldog 45. Now, will they gamble? It looks like the Bulldogs may be ready to gamble.
I think
they're gonna punt it.
Pemberton's coming in to kick it away.
Unless it's a fake. Micah Cohen comes in for the Eagles. Now the Bulldogs call a timeout with 7:11 to go in the first half. Your score is 7-0. Let's go down to Scotty Hughes. Tell us more about that insurance.
Okay. But first of all, I thought there for a second they were going to go back to the health insurance. I was saying a major event in your family, you can go ahead, but otherwise you can't sign up to November 1. Scott. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Scott. You can save a lot of insurance contacting the mini bulldozer. I save $60 a month with mine there. 4th and 4 for the Bulldogs. They're going for it. And here's a handoff to Carpenter, and we got a flag. It's going to be offsides against the Eagles.
Second time they've been called for that in the ball game, and that'll give Thomasville first down if that's what it is, and it is. That is the call.
Sure will. They were trying to give the ball to Carpenter off of the wing position, going to the opposite side, and the flag was down. But the Bulldogs get 1st and 10 at the 50. They sure no good for it on 4th down.
Well,
where they're
I
at.
actually like that call. They trotted Pemberton out. They were going to punt the football, and then the coaches thought a little bit about it, and it was, 4th and short. I like the call.
Well, they had 2 chances to get that first down, get it with Carpenter or the flag,
Yep.
and they got it by the flag. I may have gotten it by Carpenter if the play had been able to play out. Here's a little toss sweep. It's a fumble picked up by Smith down the near sidelines inside the 30-yard line. And the Eagles will have a golden opportunity. I believe that was number 25, wasn't it? On that.
It was, and he's not on the roster.
No.
Well, he tried to get a quick pitch to Kevin Robinson, did Jahan Robinson, and I don't think the weather had anything to do with that. The pitch wasn't anywhere near him, and the ball bounced up right into the hands of a defender, and off he went.
Yeah, and they give Smith a golden opportunity at the Bulldog 27-yard line with 7:01. Plenty of time left in this quarter.
First turnover of the game.
Chuckamika will send 3 wideouts to the wide side of the field, working right to left. 1 to the boundary. And that'd be a flanker. It's an option play, and Chuckamika's going to keep it and get nowhere. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to lose about a yard. So it's 2nd and 11.
Ricky Carson and Jerome Robinson over there. Carson, the guy making the stop.
You come to the boundary side, Miles. Not a whole lot of room there if you don't have the daylight to run in.
No, and the pitch guy was covered, and they had 2 guys on the quarterback, and yeah, you're right. There was no space.
2nd and 11 from the 27-yard line of the Bulldogs.
A lot of movement back there.
Bulldogs jumped off sides, I do believe. But we get a timeout call. Got a timeout call by Greensboro Smith with 6:12 left. Now, Scotty, tell us a little more real quick about that touchdown you can save everybody.
Yeah, Tommy, I'm just going to go flying right into homeowners and auto insurance. That's also a product that we have over at Farm Bureau 23 Cedar Lodge Road right here in Thomasville. I can help you save money on your home and your auto. Back to you guys.
And Scotty can also tell you some good stories, football stories.
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
I said they can visit you and you can tell them some great football stories.
Absolutely, and they'll all be one-sided, by the way.
Exactly. Scotty comes from a long list, and so does Jesse, of great running backs at Thomasville High School. Wallace, your long running back. Chuckamika back in the shotgun position. He's going to fake it, roll to his right. He's going to throw it. Has a man open, complete. That's the first down, Miles, inside the 15.
Just a way out route to number 3. We don't have his name either, but that was a nice-looking play and a good rollout by Chuckamika, and he put the ball right on the money. He's a good-looking quarterback.
He is. He can do it all. Had a lot of poise there with a Bulldog in his face. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 split to the right. Hand off to Walls, trying to get the edge. He's not going to. The Bulldogs smother him back in the backfield. He power drives his way back to the 14-yard line. I tell you, that guy is not a very big fella, but he's got strong legs.
Well, Dow slowed him up in the backfield. Another dog jumped on him, but he was able to power back, and at least instead of taking a 5-yard loss, he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you get that many dogs up on you, I don't know if how you survive it.
You don't want to be in that dog fight.
No. Chuckamika high. Snap. Gets it off to a receiver. Inside the 10-yard line he goes. A lot of dogs there to knock him out of bounds. Once again, that was Micah Cohen. That brings up a 3rd and 5 situation for the Eagles. Now, Miles, you got to wonder, are they thinking field goal if they can't get that first down.
I don't think they're thinking field goal just by looking at their kicker warming up in the before the game. Trouble with the extra points, although they're close to that now. But I think they're going to use these 2 downs for score.
I think they got to get down to about the 4-yard line.
Yep.
Chukwuemeka puts one in motion. He fires a quick screen. And a stop on a dime and pivot. The receiver can't get to the first down. They might have got 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 4th and about 3. And we'll see what the Eagles decide to do. I don't think they're going to try a field goal.
All the passing's been to the perimeter, and they have not tried anything in the middle, no slant. They've got some pretty good-sized receivers. I'd be curious to see if that's where they go here.
Well, the Bulldogs have pretty good size in that secondary.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a pretty good matchup, especially at safety with Jay Robinson back there.
Yeah, he's an imposing figure back there, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a man, I tell you. And also you've got Carpenter that is a pure athlete. So timeout on the field with the Bulldogs leading 7-0, 4:24 to go in the first half.
I got a couple of scores for you, Tom, you might be interested in. Bulldogs fans, teams that will face down the road. Going into the second, Northborough Ann up 13-0 over High Point Andrews. And Ledford is up over East Davison going into the second, 14-0. So 2 local scores of interest there. Northborough Ann might be the one to chase this year.
Oh, yeah. That Andrews is an interesting score.
Big 4th down here.
Chukwuemeka back in the shotgun. He's going to keep it, try to run it himself, and Miles, he power drives his way inside the 5, but
he's going to be short. They're going to mark it right at the 4-yard line, and that's going to be a little bit short, I think. Although Smith is saying we got it. They might have to measure this thing here.
Very interesting.
It is a first down. They didn't even measure it. The extra effort by Chukwuemeka got that first.
And the ball hits the ground. Chukwuemeka running, throws it, and it is picked off, I think, close to the goal line. They had mistakes, should have thrown that ball away.
Yeah, he should have. And Tommy, actually, Chukwuemeka went out. That was number 1 who came in to quarterback and obviously just kind of limped that ball up there. I'm not sure who picked that one off. But he just threw it up for grabs, and a dog went up and got it. Jesse, did you see who got that interception?
It was Pemberton.
Okay. Number 5, Gary Pemberton with the pick.
Did you guys tell who picked him? Did you guys tell who intercepted that pass?
Gary Pemberton. Number 5.
Thanks so.
Yep. Pemberton's shaken up after that pick.
Well, the Bulldogs dodged a huge bullet, Miles, with 3:57 to go in the first half. Now, they've got to be careful not to turn the ball over.
Oh, yeah. still time on the clock to put a drive together to get points on the board, and you get the ball coming out first in the second half. So get some space.
Bulldogs operate now their end zone. Ball on the 2-yard line of their own. Robinson looking downfield, throws it deep, has a man wide open, and he drops the ball.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. He had Tyreek White wide open, and the sophomore just couldn't hold on to it. It looked too good.
Oh, he's going to have a tough time going back and facing Robinson on that. That would have been a 98-yard touchdown for sure, maybe a record here at Cushwa Stadium for a pass play. That's about as long as you can go from one end zone to the other, but White just couldn't pull it in. Oh, my goodness. He'll have nightmares about that tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Well, 2:52 to go. 3:52 to go. And that would have been a 98-yard touchdown pass, which could have been a school record.
I was going to say, that's probably a record here at Cushwa for pass play.
Boy, a blown coverage if you've ever seen one. Well, Smith is saying throw it if you want to. We're going to try to stop this run. And Miles here is a safety. And Smith came in really fast. And we may have I believe that was
Is that Carpenter?
No, that was
Carson.
That was Ricky Carson.
Well, that kind of shifts the momentum quite a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Greensboro's going to get the ball back now, and they've got a chance to go ahead before halftime. Still a lot of time on the clock, 3:45 left in the second quarter.
Well, and they get the ball on a kick here, Mo.
Oh, yeah, they'll get it in pretty good field position.
Trying to set up a stream.
Be interesting to see why they took Chukwuemeka out of the ball game on that last series toward the end. I don't know if he got shook up or injured, but we'll see if he comes back in.
You got to wonder if he got injured a little bit. They had number 1 in there, and he's not on the roster.
No, he's not. And I thought Chukwuemeka was doing a really good job on that drive, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. He was doing a great job.
Thomasville has to kick it from the 20.
Here's the kickoff. It's going to be fielded over on the near hash, dropped, and picked up. And Bulldogs are going to gang tackle the receiver back at the 35 or 36-yard line. He kept going backwards. That was Micah Cowan. Something I'm sure they didn't want him to do.
No, sometimes when you bobble the kickoff like that and you scramble to pick it up, best thing to do is just kind of go forward and get what you can get. Obviously, they had a return right there, and he was trying to get over there around that wall, but not to be.
No. twins to both sides, working right to left from the 32-yard line. Come the Eagles. Chuckamika back to pass, and we got a whistle blown.
False start.
The 1st and 15 now for the Eagles. Chuckamika back to pass, rolling to his left. Fires it deep on the run. Boy, he's got an arm. Incomplete. It was intended for Jeremiah Shepard.
Boy, I tell you, Thomasville really caught a break there because Chuckamika had 2 receivers wide open about 5 yards behind the secondary and on the run. He just couldn't get the accuracy on that throw. Threw it deep enough, but away from the receivers. That had 6 written all over it. He had 2 he could have gone to and missed them both.
Absolutely.
We got a flag against the Eagles. Boy, the Eagles have been penalized a lot in this first half. They're not doing themselves any favors.
No, they're not. It's 1st and 25 now for the Eagles. They don't want to get back to near their own goal line against this Thomasville defense and they're putting with offense. The Eagles trying to avoid picking up the first loss of the season. They trail 7-2. For a pass, incomplete. Good defense by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was Makeson, Tommy. They tried to hit number 3. We don't have him. Just a little curl route there. And Makeson came in right at the last minute. No interference. Contact was made right when the receiver touched the ball, and he knocked it away.
Two wide outs to the near side, 2 to the far side. 2nd down in Lexington, North Carolina. Chuckamika rolling to his left now. He's going to run it, Miles. Comes to the near side with plenty of room. Dances out one tackler. Dances out another one. Still on his feet. What a run, and I believe he's got that first down. If not, they'll certainly go for it.
Yeah, the thing about it is he looked at the first down marker over there, and I think he was starting to run out of energy because he did a lot of running on that play. Saw he had the first down and just went down, took a knee. Flags on the play after the play's over. Let's see what the call is here. I think it looks like it might be going against Thomasville. Let's see. Boy, that was an exciting run, wasn't it?
It was.
It's against Thomasville.
You can't describe a run like that. It looked like a pinball machine out there, bouncing everywhere. It's against the Bulldogs. Tough right for them because it gives the Eagles. It's against the Bulldogs personal foul, so that will put the Eagles into Bulldog territory with 3:01 left in the half.
That'll give them 15 more yards, and there's still plenty of time.
Down to the 38-yard line of the Bulldogs, and Smith quickly up to the line of scrimmage, and the Bulldogs have. Do they have too many people on the field?
They're trying to get personnel. They're going to have to take time out.
They are. They've had 8 penalties with 2 men on the field in 2 ball games. Been doing good in this one until that happened there. So timeout right now on the field as we go down to Scotty Hughes. Scott.
What do you say?
Come down to Hughes.
Yeah, it looks like a player just lost their composure there, give them an extra 15. But I've been saying it to Jesse the whole game. The players are really in pursuit of the running back, and they're trying to hit him really hard, and he's just doing that stop on a dime and just keeps on going. Back to you guys.
Big Bulldogs to get on defense. Too deep in the secondary. Chukwuemeka back to pass. Rolls to his left again. Looking. Fires it. Those are the way, Miles, with 2:51 to go. Be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, going to be a holding penalty, I think, Tommy, against Smith, and it is. So that'll move them back.
It looks like it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, so, or is it more? It's going to be a holding.
Yeah, it is a hold, yep.
So it's going to be 1st and 20 with 2:50 to go at the 48-yard line of the Bulldogs. High snap again. Chukwuemeka running around the right side. He's hit high about the helmet. Don't know if it's a face mask or not, but his head jerked back. Might have been just a monster hit by the Bulldogs.
Looks like it was.
It's going to be 2nd and about 14 at the Bulldog 42-yard line. Working right to left with 2:22 left.
Much different contest than we saw between these two teams last year.
Here's a pass and dropped. So it brings up 3rd and about, it's going to be about 13 yards to go for the first down.
One of the cases where there's a receiver, you hear those footsteps and you know you're going to take a big hit, and he just failed to concentrate and haul that one in. I don't know that he would have got much yardage out of that. Thomasville had that play covered fairly tightly. Secondary's doing a good job. Did a good job on that play, tight coverage.
Big 3rd down play for the Thomasville defense. Chukwuemeka with 2 wide outs to each side. Ball on the right hash. Rolling to his right, getting pressure. Fires it, it's complete. And Miles, I thought we might have had a face mask that time, but not. It's going to be 4th down and about 8. And I believe Smith will go for it with a $1:37 left.
I think they will too. Thomasville giving up the short pass there, and Chowan caught that one but had nowhere to go. He was dropped immediately. Smith's going to talk about this one.
Time out on the field. Let's go down to Jesse.
I was hoping for one of them interceptions to come up before halftime and get back on the board, but like me and Scott is telling you, they stretch it one side and throw them back across the field, which is very, very dangerous. Maybe we can pick one of them off. Back to you guys.
Well, Smith, Tommy, just all huddled up on the sideline over there, decided to take a delay of game penalty. They don't have any timeouts left. They're going to punt this football, but they want to take some of the time off the clock. They don't want to give the ball back to Thomasville with a lot of time.
Well, you know, they may feel pretty comfortable right now being only down 5 points.
They actually could be up. They had the ball inside the 10 and threw that interception too, right?
Right. 59 seconds left in the half. Bulldogs are not going to drop anybody back.
I'm surprised they're going
to go for it.
I'm surprised they're going for it here.
Am too. And now we got a penalty against Smith.
That's a sideline.
It's a warning against the Bulldogs for getting on the field. Got to stay off the field. Thomasville has a pretty good crowd here tonight. Now we might see the punting team come on.
Are we going to see a trick play? Let's see.
Yeah, it could be a trick play. It's only 59 seconds left. Chuck Mika goes back in the punting position.
I'd have to watch this. Oh.
And he kicks it straight up in the air. They should have went for it. It hits and takes an eagle bounce.
Oh, wow.
All the way down to the 5-yard line. It turned out to be a pretty good move.
You can't tell me that's how they planned it, because that was an ugly punt, and it hit the turf and just took the right bounce. I mean, it rolled 20 yards.
It sure did. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Well, if you're Thomasville now, do you just, knowing you get the ball coming out in the second half, do you kind of play it safe here? And
that's what you would think.
Right.
But as you said before,
is there a Jack Gaster? Is there a Jack Gaster in the house?
Jack Gaster and Albemarle.
It was take a knee, and going to halftime, and all of a sudden he's up the gut, and he's gone.
Bam, gone. About a 90-yard touchdown. Run. It was something. 47 seconds left. We'll see what the Bulldogs do. I got a feeling that they'll try to get that ball on the edge. And hope they can break one. Carpenter's in the backfield now. He hands it off and nothing doing. Kevin Robinson had nowhere to go. So he loses a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 11 with 32 seconds to go. Now, if you're the Bulldogs, you don't want to turn it over.
No, you don't want to take any chances here. Just go in at half at this point and
okay, well,
put all your focus on that opening drive of the second half.
And I'm thinking, the Bulldogs might be thinking about just letting the clock run out here.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I believe they've got to snap it.
No, he's got to keep it and try to run it. And, boy, that is a riverboat gambling situation there as time runs out. The ball may have popped out. No, it didn't. Looks like it may have, but we're going to go to halftime with the Bulldogs leading Bill L. Smith 7-2 right here on the Pro Team Sports Network. Now I'm going to turn it over to Coach Roger Bryant and Ron Freeman. Let me get out of the way here.
Pretty as you said it was going to be, Coach. Okay, Coach, here we are again at halftime. We're looking right now at Thomasville leading this one at halftime. And there's been a couple of things that we have been watching. Two things particularly for me as we look at the Eagles of Smith. They have been having so many penalties against them so far in the first half of this game.
Yeah, that's correct.
And most of them are, illegal procedure,
Right.
man movement in the line or something.
Yeah, you'd think, what's this, game number 4? Mm-hmm. You'd think some of that would be getting ironed out a little bit as your team progresses through the season, but they've shot themselves in the foot, and they've also shot themselves in the foot with the sporadic play, quarterback rolling around, and they've made some mistakes. They've used a couple different quarterbacks at times, but number 2 has been the main quarterback. But give ground, looking for a big, trying to get out of trouble and to get a 7 or 8 yard loss. Even though he has the potential at times to make something out of nothing.
Yes.
But they're trying to freelance a little bit when it breaks down. A lot of times you, as a coach, you hope that your quarterback can just know when there's nothing there. Mm-hmm. Let's, throw it out of bounds or just take it where it's at, and we're trying to run backwards to make something out of nothing.
They have made a few mistakes back there with the quarterback, like you're talking about, especially when he would go out and roll out and try to pass.
Right.
It was almost like, there was one time he would just throw it into the crowd down there, and we got the interception out of it.
Right. Yeah, that was a real rough play to take if you're Greensboro Smith, because it's down there about the 10-yard line. They're getting ready, really in good position to score, and the play broke down. He's rolling out to the right, and that was number 1. He come into the game, the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And when he rolled out to the right, things broke down, and he motioned for some receivers to keep running. He could thread the needle as he was running to his right, and he just threw a bad ball, and it was just floated, and we intercepted it. So that was a big turnover in the ball game.
Yeah, turnover too with the safety down here.
Right. Yeah, that was. We were backed up there, and when you run a wide play, like a reverse or something down there, any kind of penetration from the opposite side of the ball makes it hard for that play to be established. It's one thing if the backside away from where the ball starts, before it reverses, if they're playing tight across the ball, maybe you can circle and back around. But when you're down there and you run a wide play and Smith had penetration on the backside, you got to sit there waiting for him. He had nowhere to go when he got there. When he got the ball, he was dead back there in the back. So
then you look on the other side of the field with the pass that we have with a man wide open.
Oh yeah. Well, Greensboro Smith is not playing with any deep backs.
Yeah.
Everybody's within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. They have, and the film showed last week they did a lot of that. So what they're looking at us, they don't respect our passing game, and they got everybody up there. They're basically recovering the receivers man to man, but they got so many people up there. We're talking about all 11 players within 5 yards of the ball. Most of the time a team will play a safety at 11 yards in the middle of the field for the formation, and to be able to overlap any broke run or a deep pass in the middle. But they're not doing that. They're saying, well, okay, we don't respect your pass. You haven't completed any passes. And they're crowding us. So when we decide to throw the ball deep, if we get protection, they're going to fly open. And they did, and we just didn't catch it.
Yeah, there was no one around him.
Hit him right in the hand.
That would have been 6 on
He
the board.
was 7 or 8 yards behind him. He was going to be all the way to the goal line. But just one of those things, It was a good pass.
Yes, it was a good pass. It really was. And as we look at the defense for the Dogs tonight, what are you seeing as we line up on this side of the ball for the Dogs?
Well, I know they've got to go in there and talk a little bit about when that quarterback scrambles, that when he does get past the line of scrimmage, he's got to tackle better. Now, I say that, and sometimes you can talk about that, but when a guy's real quick and got a slender body, and he got much to hit. And that quarterback for them, when he gets past the line of scrimmage north, he's got a little wiggle on him there. So they're going to talk about that, try to keep him in the pocket and keep your lanes correctly just don't let him get to floating around back there and make something out of nothing. He's done that and hurt
Several times.
their own team. But he did get free a few times and got about 10 or 12 yards and scared you to death.
Yeah, most of the time that was in the last part of the first half as we looked at. He was able to get some running room. Yeah. Like you said, he's loose in the pocket back there, and he's moving.
He's our biggest danger, in my opinion, on their offense, of him getting loose and it's not getting a hold of him. So, when you get a kid like that, you don't want to grab face mask not to get somebody down, but you got to grab what you can. Cloth. You try to teach good tackling drills, but sometimes when you're close to a little guy that's quick, you can't hit him good. You know what I'm saying? You got to grab a leg, grab a shirt, hold on, get some help, because they're not real big a lot of times. If you can hold on, get some help there, but he's quick.
Yeah, that has been their money play tonight, getting that quarterback loose in the pocket back there and able to wiggle for some room like you were talking about. Now, what about the pass defense for the Dogs tonight? There have been a few holes.
Yes, we have. When the quarterback got loose wide, we didn't get that any good. The secondary, we can't tell watching the game when it's in live action. Did we lose our depth back there and think the quarterback's running? We come up, lose our receiver, or are we just not playing as deep and as covered as good? But they got behind us several times back there. The only thing that saved us was the quarterback, in my opinion, when he rolled out, was working so hard left that he couldn't plant his feet good and get settled to get the ball delivered good. He was throwing off balance a little bit, but boy, he was trying to get that guy. He's wide open, and he just threw the ball off mark. If he got his feet set, it'd be a 6.
He does have the arm to be able to pop it that far.
Yeah, he's a talent for them. If they get their play straight. They've not had a lot of good regular runs. And neither have we. We heard them with the one long run. And, both teams not blocking that well. But yet they're crowding us, making it hard to get to hold those blocks. A lot of people up there, And it's hard on your blocking assignments when you get extra people in there. Because at times Smith looks like they're almost confused on how to line up on defense, but yet they got a lot of people there. And then what that does sometimes, to our detriment, you have a hard time figuring who to block because they're moving around so much. So that's especially at the linebacker, the walk players, the corners, and safety are all moving around a lot. So it's like a covey of ants back there, and you're trying to figure out who to block.
But our front line for the Dogs has been able to contain their backs pretty well through the whole game.
Yeah, we have. Our football team has just got to keep on trying to get better and better each week. And sometimes it's hard to sit with your naked eye what the improvement you're seeing. Only the film shows it sometimes. Scores don't tell you a lot sometimes. I mean, you can win a game like Bartlett Yancey, look at that score, we scored 40-some points, but the film may show that we didn't block very good, and then a lot of things go our way, And we've got to just keep progressing, at each position.
Well, it's like you were saying, here we are, in the 4th game of the season, and things are beginning to start to gel for the Dogs as well as for Smith as well. But still, they're making some of these early season jitter plays, especially with Smith tonight, with the legal procedure plays.
I still say this, I've said it for about 3 weeks. Until we get to the point we can take the football and throw and complete some passes, people are not going to play us honest. When I say honest, crowding us. Because when people play goal line defense, when I say goal line defense, you're not playing deep backs. You got everybody at the line, because on goal line defense, you only got to guard 10 yards because the goal line's behind you. Goal line, back goal line. So that's the way they're playing us. And until you reach out there and throw the ball and hurt these guys, because you can't cover passes good deep when you're playing like that. It's just, if the quarterback has time, they're going to come open. You got to be able to hit some, and then we'll start to see people play honest. But it's going to be difficult each week to run the football against good football teams as they crowd us. We've got to complete some passes, and we've got to cross our fingers and hope that that'll progress. It'll progress as we go on.
Okay, we've had a couple of injuries tonight too. What are you seeing with some of the things that are happening with that? Are this just still cramping up, or?
Well, we got somebody down there with a shoulder pad off, and I'm not sure who that is. It's not playing, and that must have happened early. I got his shoulder with some arm wrapped up. I saw Kevin Robinson came out, but I think he just got banged on the leg a little bit. He went back in play. So I haven't seen any cramping though.
Yeah, well, that was on the first play of the game.
Yeah, first time he got there, had a nice run. One of his better runs. It's a cool night tonight. It shouldn't be any cramping tonight.
No, it feels good tonight.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, especially, we were expecting rain. I'd called Tommy several times today to check, make sure that everything was okay for the game tonight.
Well, it's going to be interesting the second half to see how we come out in the attempt. Now, one thing was interesting, Ron, we started the ball game out not in the gun. We started out with Carpenter quarterback under center. Mm-hmm. And we did that first part of the ball game. Then we got kind of away from that a little bit. So that was something we were experimenting with. We ran the ball pretty far early in the early part, and then we had some penalties and a dead play here or there, and kind of got a drive stopped and everything.
Yeah, well, you even said that before we even got the season started when we were looking at scrimmage that we had to go up under center and also you go drop back in the gun.
Well, I think it's just my thinking is this. Under center, you should always have the ability to do that. Because I want to tell you something, what's worse to have a fourth down and one, and you're in the gun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in the NFL, they don't do that. They get up under center, and they'll push the quarterback forward for first down, and you can do that in high school. You can still, they didn't do that back years ago. You couldn't push a runner. Mm-hmm. You couldn't push a runner. Now, you can get in and push the runner and aid the runner, and it's not a penalty. And so, you need to be able to do that because there's times you need to be able to do it. And then sometimes, if you're having timing problem in the backfield in the gun, being under center is a kind of a calming effect. Take the ball, hand it off, block normal, run normal, and you don't have the ball in the air. That kind of can be a little aggravating. But
okay, teams are getting ready to come back on the field now, and we're going to turn it back over to the pros.
All righty.
It's all yours, pal. Good job. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Harder.
All right. Did you get a dog run?
Yeah, they look real good. Are those new? I thought they looked new. Field looks great.
So we're ready for the kickoff, the second half. Got a good one for you here. 7-2.
Anybody's game.
It's a baseball score, Miles.
It is. We're in the bottom of the 7th.
Bulldogs have dropped Carpenter back deep. There's not a more dangerous runner in the Tar Heel State than that guy right there. Smith will kick it off left to right, and it's a pooch kick, and it's a scramble for the ball.
Ball still
They're
loose.
still scrambling for it. I believe the Dogs probably have it.
No, I don't know, Tommy. Let's see. Did they get it? Boy, I tell you, that ball squirmed loose for a couple of people, and Thomasville did get on it, but that was close. Does that surprise you coming out here in the second half?
Nothing surprised me, Miles, in this game here. It's a quite unusual game, really. Some missed opportunities on both sides. First and 10 from the Bulldog 42-yard line, working right to left in a red helmet, jersey, and black pants. White black tee on the side of the helmet, white numbers, white helmet, pants, and gold jersey, black numbers for Smith. He's a quarterback keeper, and there's a fumble, but I believe there's a flag on the play, and it may be dead. The play itself, we'll see.
Be against Thomasville. Little movement there.
Fortunate for the Dogs, so that would have been Smith's ball.
Could have been, yeah, you're right. Would have been Smith's ball.
They'll back it back 5 yards. It'll be first and 15. We're just underway in the second half. Bulldogs lead 7-2. I'm Tommy Brown along with Miles Poole. Down on the sidelines is Jesse Tate. And Scotty Hughes up on the camera is Ron Freeman, and in the house is Coach Roger Bryant.
I think both teams squandered scoring opportunities in that first half. Smith with a pick inside the 10, and Thomasville had a wide open 98-yard touchdown pass play. The ball got dropped, yeah.
You know, I believe his hands were not in the right configuration to catch the ball. Anyway, missed opportunity. This time it's going to be Jay Robinson carrying the ball around the right side. He's going to pick up about 7 yards on the play, Miles. Most of it on his own.
Gets back all of the penalty yardage +2, +1.
It's like the Bulldogs really try hard to get Robinson, Johan Robinson, and Carpenter on that edge, or at least try to get them to the edge and cut back north-south wherever there's a funnel or any kind of daylight. That looks like that's a big part of their attack.
Thomasville had that 37-yard big run by Carpenter in the first, but other than that, Smith's done a good job of holding that running game in check.
There's another quarterback run around the near side, but Carpenter, we got a flag down. And that's usually a hold or a face mask.
I think you're going to have a hold against Thomasville. And again, Smith does a good job of funneling that play back inside.
I'm sure it's probably, Coach Roger probably alluded to during halftime that a lot of these teams are going to start bringing their defense up a little closer and maybe evaporate some of that cushion from the secondary to stop some of that going downhill by Robinson and Carpenter. 10:35 to go in the third quarter. 7-2 is your score. The Bulldogs in front. Twins to the right for the Bulldogs. One wing to the left. There's a little toss to the near side to Carpenter, and he's hit immediately. And that's what I was talking about, Miles. He wasn't able to get more than a couple steps downfield in that direction of going downhill until he's tripped up.
Jarius Serrano went down low and took his legs out from under him. Thomasville now faced with a pass. Has Thomasville thrown the ball at all here in the first half, other than the miss?
That's the only once that I can think of. And the receiver wide open for a 98-yard touchdown run, which might have been a school record. And that may be revisited soon.
There it is. That's it.
Here's a pass downfield, incomplete, well overthrown. It was intended for Tyreek White. Pretty good coverage that time. And the Bulldogs will have to punt it, but you never know.
Yeah, Wall
never know.
With good coverage for the Eagles. They went right back to the big guy, 17, but definitely not open, and Thomasville should punt it away.
Well, you can join Miles and me tomorrow night, kickoff 7 o'clock, Methodist University visiting the Guilford College Quakers. And we'll be on hand to bring that to you. Back deep is Navian Wall to receive the punt.
I think Thomasville needs another player out there.
Well,
they've only got 10 guys on the field.
10 players, it looks like. And here's the punt. Line drive. And that's always dangerous. As you can see, Wall trying to circle the wagons. And he gets out just beyond the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 36 for Bennell Smith, the Eagles. And Miles, you got to think that the Bulldogs don't want to let this team keep hanging around.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you got a quarterback there like Chukwuemeka, and he can put this team ahead with one play. Quarterback with his arm by his legs.
The official just threw the football about 35 yards over to the sideline. If you just joined us, it's 9:15 to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs lead 7-5. Wall on the carry for the Eagles around the left side, picks up 2 or 3 yards, got a flag down. Play getting a little bit ragged.
I was going to say, we saw a lot of the yellow hankies in the first half, but we've seen a lot to start the second half here.
Remind you that you can get that compliment to your wife's engagement ring or wedding ring. It's a double diamond band. Latest trend. You can get it at Ellis Jewelers. This is against the Bulldogs. Be 15 yards. Ellis Jewelers, go by and see Tim Curry or Ryan Curry and Tim, that is, at Ellis Shoulders, Lexington, North Carolina, also Cartersville, Lexington. Just take the Knoxville exit off of Business 85, and right on the left you'll find Ellis Shoulders. Twins to both sides, working left to right. The ball spotted at the Thomasville 46-yard line. Chuckamika decides to run it around his left side. Got a flag, and it's probably going to be against the offense, maybe for a holding.
Boy, Chuck, when Tommy when he went out of bounds, went all the way over the fence out there. That will be a hold against the Eagles.
Yeah, that's what you'd kind of expect in that situation. With 8:59 to go in the third quarter. Turned out to be a nice, comfortable evening. Cool enough for a sweatshirt, long sleeve. That's going to be second down and 20 now for the Eagles at their own 44-yard line.
I don't know if somebody heard you, but the field looks great tonight, and the paint is a little thicker.
Yes,
you can actually
look good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah,
they got the robot filled with paint.
Yeah, Recreation Director Corey Tobin and his crew did a great job out here. Chuckamika rolling to his left, fires it, and it's incomplete. It's second and 20.
Well, he was lucky that one wasn't picked off. His receiver had fallen down, and he threw into triple coverage. The only guys that could have caught that were wearing red jerseys.
That's right. Anybody's game yet. A lot of time on the clock. 8:52 to go in the third quarter. We'll try to get some scores around the area for you in a few minutes. A big one over at East Davidson is East and Ledford, Miles.
Ledford was winning that one 14-0 the last time I checked.
Reedsville and Eastern Alma has 14-7. They got a good one. Chuckamika hands it off. Straight up the gut it goes. The flag down. Gets it to Wall, and we got a flag. And where the flag went down, it's usually against the offense.
It's a good ball game, Tommy, over at West Davidson. Trinity and the Dragons in a contest. The Bulldogs down by 1, 14-13.
Well, what happened to Swain County? Tuscola's beating them 42-0. They're going to be 0-4.
I was going to say, they haven't won a game all year, have they?
No. Well, let's watch those games in the Smokies. That's going to be third down and about 15 for the Bulldogs at the 49-yard line. That's Smith. Chuckamika looks downfield. He fires it, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Micah Cohen.
Yeah, Cohen's been one of his go-to targets. Cohen open there in the middle of the field, but Chuckamika threw it behind him.
Well, I've done a pretty good job getting keeping him corralled. Charlotte Catholic 14-13 over Crest. It's a big rival. I've got a score of 14-13. West Davidson over Trinity. Is that what you got, Miles?
Yeah. Yep.
East Davidson 35-21. They're trailing. Oh, throw in big over Apple and Andrews 41-16, Miles.
Boy, I tell you.
Oh my goodness.
Cavaliers might be the team to go after.
Here's a punt. It's got to roll out of bounds. Bulldogs will take over first and 10. Well, we'll have the video up for you over the weekend for your enjoyment. We've had a good one here. It's been a nip and tuck battle, back and forth. A lot of flags here in the second half. It's kind of stalled some drives, but the Bulldogs have a chance to make this a two-possession game. they could get on the board. Like you said earlier, Miles, there toward the end of that first half, the Bulldogs had a receiver open for about a 98-yard touchdown. On the camera for you is Ron Freeman. We still got the red dot, don't we, Ron?
Yep.
Yeah. Here's a handoff to Robinson, K. Robinson in the backfield. Coming up making a good hit was Jarius Serrano. And Kevin is held to about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looks like he might burst out in the open. And if he does, that's all she wrote.
Serrano, I tell you, he's had a good defensive game. The free safety for this Eagle team comes up, makes a big stop there before Robinson can turn that corner, turn north-south.
Bulldogs have an excellent chance to win this one, Miles, if they can just shake one of those guys loose. Here's Jay Robinson on the sweep, and there's a block in the back, and we might get a flag on that, but we don't.
The official took it out and then put it back in his pocket. You don't see that very often.
But Robinson was caught before he could get going downhill, and that's the key to stopping this Bulldog attack. 3rd and a long 7 or a short 8. The ball's on about the 28-yard line of the Bulldogs. 6:07 left in the 3rd quarter. Two wide outs to the left on the wide side of the field. Bulldogs working off the right hash. Wing formation. Robinson back to pass. He's going to try to run it. He fumbles it, and they scramble for it. And they're still scrambling for it.
Smith's got it.
And it looks like the Eagles have it, Miles.
Yeah, number 5 came out of the pile with it. And Robinson, Tommy, looking downfield, nobody open. Good coverage by the Eagles. He tucked the ball up, went up in the pocket and took off with it, but didn't secure the ball, and it got stripped from him, and the Eagles pick it up. That's Thomasville's 2nd turnover. The Eagles have a chance to go in front now.
Well, they've been knocking on the door before, but haven't been able to get that touchdown. We'll see what they do here with 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 31-yard line, working left to right. Bulldogs lead 7-2. We got a baseball score here. And old Coach Raj behind us there is a pretty good baseball coach. Coach of the year in the Central Carolina Conference, and then the Bulldog Hall of Fame. If he goes back and look at his scorebook, he'll find a few 7-2 scores. Chuck will make a rolling to the left. He's got the corner, Miles. As he gets close to that first down, he's right at the marker when he ran out of bounds, somewhere near the 20-yard line.
I think they're going to move the change. Yeah, it's a first. He got just enough.
We had that opening right then and took off. He couldn't run. 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 21-yard line.
I was going to say, you go back through that scorebook, Coach Bryant's probably seen some of those 7-2 games. He's probably been on the 7 end more than he has the 2 end, don't you think?
I suspect so. Chuck and Mick back in the gun formation. 3 wide outs to the wide side of the field, 2 to the left, working left to right. Throws it on a little split screen to the right side, and it's going to be a touchdown, Miles, for Amari Smith. I believe that might be the first time that Amari has touched the ball.
It is, but I tell you, he looked good after the catch. They're going to be flagged for some excessive celebration over there. The touchdown's going to count, though. Nice little swing pass, Tommy, over the Smith, and he cut back against the grain, avoided a Thomasville tackle, and just waltzed into the end zone from 20 yards out. Jay, the Eagles now up 8-7. This is a ball game.
Yes, it is a ball game. Now, 8-7. I'm sure you're going to go for the extra point. Or would you go for 2?
Well, it'll be interesting here. I think the penalty is going to be against Smith. So do they mark it off on the extra point, or are they going to take it on the kickoff? How do they do that?
Well, we'll see. Might have to turn around and ask Coach Roger about that. What about Roger?
They'll ask the coach the choice. Who usually take it on the kickoff?
He said kickoff.
So he's asking right now, do you want to take it on the extra point, or do you want to take it down here on the kickoff?
I think you take it on the kickoff. If you were up by 1, it might be a different call.
You got the unsportsmanlike call against the Bulldogs also.
Oh, okay.
So they may just kick it, just negate each other. You're going to mark it off one way and then come back the other way? I believe that's what they're called.
No, Thomasville took the penalty.
I saw him turn around and point towards Thomasville, so I thought maybe he'd called a double foul. But evidently not.
Well, we'll see what kind of foot Lopez has.
That's going to be a 37-yard extra point kick.
Well, watching him warm up in the warm-ups prior to kickoff, he wasn't coming close to this distance. But they know more than we do, I'm sure.
Well, could it be a trick? I don't think number 99, the kicker, is going to run with the ball. But that's what they're going to do. It's going to be a 37-yard extra point attempt. Snap, and it's rolled back to the shoulder. It's kicked, goes through the end zone, no good.
A little stronger leg than what I thought, but it wasn't close.
No, it was a worm burner back to the goalpost. Oh, my goodness. Well, like that, but anyway, as it turns out, then the Eagles take an 8-7 lead over the Bulldogs. Well, let's go down to Scotty. Scotty?
Hey, Tommy, I think if they hadn't have taken the 15-yard penalty there, that Smith was going to go for 2. So that may have saved Thomasville 2 points. Back to you guys.
Okay, well, the Bulldogs now are set to receive it. And I think, Miles, don't you think that Smith may just have another squib kick?
I don't think they'll put it in the hands of any of Thomasville's swift athletes. I think they've kicked away from them all night when they can.
I didn't even think they'll kick a worm burner down there.
Maybe not.
Well, it's teed up on the 40-yard line. Smith will kick it left to right. Back deep is Carpenter. And we'll see if they kick it deep. And they don't. So the squib kick up in the air, and it's a fair catch called at the 35. Good move on that football player down at the 35-yard line. So the Bulldogs will have it. Are they going to kick it again?
Yeah, a penalty on Smith. Smith offside, so they'll tee it up again.
Yeah, procedure penalty. Well, don't you love it when you have rosters with no numbers on it?
The mystery men. We got several mystery men, don't we, for the Eagles?
Yeah, number 1's not on there. And the roster we got, you printed off the internet. Usually we have rosters here, but we have the Thomasville roster, but no Smith. So we got a few mystery people out there. Here's the kick again. This time it's kicked low and picked up, and boy, that's dangerous.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And here's Carpenter coming around the near side and run out about the 48-yard line. They'll spot it up 49. No way you want to kick it to him on a line drive.
Well, Tommy, Thomasville's going to have great field position after all.
And they've got a guy that can kick that long field goal.
Yeah, now they need to do something with this here. They need to get back on top of this. A field goal will put them ahead.
Still plenty of time. 5:06 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs trail 8-7 in a game that a lot of people thought the Bulldogs might win this game by 3 or 4 touchdowns. I believe last year, wasn't it a running clock?
It was 33-0, so we didn't quite get to a running clock, but it was close.
It was close. And returning some great players this year, but Smith comes in here 3-0, so you know they're much improved. And Miles got a different quarterback in there for the Bulldogs. We got R.J. Drayton.
Yeah, they put the freshman in there to get a little time. Now, we saw Drayton earlier in the season. I think we saw him at Bartlett Yancey, didn't we?
Yes.
Playing a little bit.
So you got to see where they might be playing Carpenter and Jay Robinson. I don't see either one of them on the field.
Well, Robinson's coming back on. Now he comes back off, and they send Drayton back out there. So Robinson's coming on again.
It's 2nd down and 9. Now Johan Robinson's out there, but don't see Carpenter.
So Robinson's going to be a wideout.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Drayton barking out the signals. 2 wideouts to the far side. Robinson in motion, takes the ball on a sweep. He's hit in the backfield and gets about a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and about 8 for the Bulldogs at the 49-yard line of Greensboro Smith.
I'm looking on the sidelines for Carpenter, and it looks like he's stretching out that right leg. He may be having
cramps.
Maybe having cramps, yeah.
Could be. 3rd and 8. Drayton fires it, and it's caught. And a tackle made immediately. But it's a gain for Jeremiah Jacobson.
Hey, that was a pretty good throw by Drayton. Pretty strong throw right in the hands of Jahan Robinson.
Oh, yes. I saw him down to middle school. You could tell he was a good prospect. Now the Bulldogs got a chance. They're going to go for it.
Oh, boy.
4th and 4.
Talking about riverboat gamble.
Yeah, at the 44-yard line of the Eagles. And we've done seen Drayton can throw it. So he's got 2 wideouts to each side. Kevin Robinson is the lone running back. Drayton resets Robinson over to the left. Shows some maturity. Drayton back to pass. He fires it deep, and it's going to be overthrown.
Might have been pass interference. No flags.
No, I didn't see any pass interference. The defender was very close, but the ball couldn't have been caught anyway. I don't think. Jesse, you were down on the sidelines. What do you think about that call? No call.
I think it's a pass interference myself.
Okay.
He was riding him.
Now, a flag.
I agree with you, Jess. I agree with you. I think he has some contact, but no flags.
Well, you're right on the play down there, Justice. So the Bulldogs didn't get a break on that call. And the Eagles did. The Eagles up by 1 point.
Now the defense.
Hey, I'm ready to declare this a Donnybrook.
I think you can. This is a contest. I'm telling you.
Well, ask Scotty and Jesse what they think after this play. 3 wideouts to the near side, 2 to the far side, working left to right. Come the Eagles. They'll put 1 receiver in motion. That's Wall. He'll reset up as a running back. Got too much time by the Eagles. That'll be 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15. Scottish, what's your vote? Is this a Donnybrook or not?
I'll go with it.
What about you, Jess? And Ron over here? It's unanimous. We have a Donnybrook at the 2:47 mark of the third quarter. Maybe about declaring a Donnybrook, somebody break loose in the game and score some. There's a quarterback run around the right end. Good defense by the Bulldogs. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Another flag, Tommy, away from the play. This may be the most flag game I think I can remember seeing in a long time.
Might be against the Eagles. Let's see. The ball was advanced up to about the 44-yard line. Chuckamik is over on the far sideline talking to the coach. You know, the coaches are well dressed for the Eagles, wearing ties and dress clothes. Boy, that's a big one. That'll bring the ball all the way back to the Eagle 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and Burlington.
Tommy, I got a score for you here you'll like. Your Cherokee Braves.
Yes.
Taking on Rosman tonight. And Cherokee's up 61-7 in the third quarter.
Rosman is way down.
Ooh.
You know, Rosman's been down for the last few years.
I was going to say, yeah. Well, they're almost under tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate that like. Somebody on YouTube gave us a like up there. We appreciate that very much. Well, it's 1st down and about 25-yard for a 1st down. Ball's all the way back to the 31-yard line of the Eagles. They hand it to Walls over the left side, and he picks up about 4 or 5 yards up to the 34-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and about 19. Chuckamik taking his time with the count. Hands it to Walls, and he is hitting the backfield and smothered for a couple-yard loss.
Pemberton on the stop. Boy, he's having a monster game.
Yeah, it looks like the Bulldogs taking a page out of Benno Smith's playbook on defense and trying to get Wall before he can go downhill. Make him run laterally. Now, do we have another flag?
No, I think we got an injured player. It may be Wall, may be the one that's hurt over there.
Let's go down to Scotty Hughes. Scott, tell us a little more about your touchdown and the insurance and what all you can do about the auto and the homeowners.
Up pretty good against the competitors on the premium pricing, but I will tell you, it's coming with the storms and everything around us that's been coming to North Carolina. Everybody's going up. We're not exempt from that. So really, if you're going to make the move, you need to make it now before the first of the year on your home and auto. Back to you guys.
It's 3rd down and about 21 yards to go. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 split to the left. Chuckamik back to pass. He fires it deep. And it's caught, Miles, down into Thomasville territory.
Oh, Tommy, he dropped the football.
Did he?
Yeah, he dropped it. He had it, and then the ball got away from him. I don't know if he tried to take off before he hauled it in, but it came loose.
Well, he had it right in his hands.
He was open.
Yes, he was. That's going to be a punting situation. The Bulldogs have an excellent chance to take the lead now, Miles, with a punt here with 1:04 left in the third quarter.
Well, let's see if they kick it away from Carpenter again. My guess is they will.
Now the up back is Tyreek White. He can run also. The Bulldog team has some length. They've got some tall kids. We don't have the weights and heights down on the roster. And we got timeout called by the Eagles with 1:04 left in the third quarter, ahead 8-7. Once again, you can get that double diamond band at Ellis Shoulders that really goes nice with that wedding ring or engagement ring. It's the latest trend in fashion at Ellis Shoulders. You can find it. Go down and see Ryan Curry, Tim, and all the fine people at Ellis Shoulders. 2 locations, Cartersville and Lexington. I visited one in Lexington. Exit, Moxville exit off of Business 85 on Old 64, right there on the left, you'll see it. And if you see a ring or necklace somewhere and you'd like to buy it, but it's too expensive, take a snapshot of it, take it down and see Tim and Ryan, and they can make it for you at a fraction of the cost. Right there in-house. It's amazing what they can do with the latest technology. Okay, Carpenter back to receive the punt. It hits, he's got it on first bounce, he could go. And he's hit immediately at the 42-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs take over, 1st and 10. Good coverage, Miles, on that punt team.
I was going to say, they finally did kick it to Carpenter. He caught it on a hop, but no yardage there on the return as he was covered nicely. So it was good punt coverage.
Well, we got some a good group of people following the game right now, and they've learned that sometimes when we're working off of a Wi-Fi in a stadium or a hotspot, we have to restart the stream a few times before it gets going good, and we're glad it's working for you now. You can follow the audio and video this weekend on YouTube, Pro Team Sports, and also Facebook. The team and Pro Team Sports spelled with 2 E's, not a N and A. Here's a pass, and it's incomplete. Once again, they tried to get White loose down the far sidelines.
Covered nicely, though, and Drayton just threw that one out of bounds. That one not close, but Drayton remains in at quarterback.
Yeah, they faked a jet sweep and threw it downfield. It was covered pretty well, but thrown out of bounds anyway. 2nd down and 10. Bulldogs trying to go for the juggler that time.
Yeah, yes, they were.
2 wide outs to the right side. That's the wide side of the field. 2 to the boundary. Working right to left come the red-clad Bulldogs. Here's a pass across the middle, and it is caught. It was a great catch, Miles. That's going to be a 1st down.
Acrobatic catch. I don't even know if Brunson was the intended receiver on that one, but he went up and got it.
Yes, it did. It went into a cluster of players, mostly of which were defenders. But a flag is down.
Penalty will be against Thomasville.
So that will negate that.
Yep.
And I'm guessing it's going to be a hold.
Not ineligible man down the field.
Uh-oh. They're going to mark it off.
Well, this is the last non-conference game, if you will. We really get into the meat of the schedule next week, don't we?
Next week, Salisbury, the Hornets come to town.
Oh, boy.
That ought to be a good one.
It should be.
We'll have the whole crew here, including Ron Carpenter, one of the deans of broadcasting around the area. Twins to both sides for the Bulldogs, working right to left. Here's a pass, and it's caught. My goodness, what a catch. It was a floating duck, and Makinson comes up with it.
Well, yeah, I tell you, Tommy, the passes haven't looked all that sharp from Drayton, but they're being caught, and they're moving the chains, and, that's really all that matters, isn't it?
Yes, they don't list Drayton as a defensive player at all. Strictly quarterback, and we may see him go the rest of the way.
It's possible you could, and he's a freshman, so we're going to see him a lot more in the coming years.
Absolutely. We go the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs trailing 8-7, but they're driving. This is a good one right here at Cushwa Stadium. I want to remind you that Thomasville Family Pharmacy, Lexington Family Pharmacy, Lexington Drug Stores have been bringing this broadcast to you. Thomas Family Pharmacy, 1116 Lexington Avenue, Thomasville. Lexington Family Pharmacy, 800 East Center Street in Lexington. And Lexington Drug, 805 East Center Street in Lexington. Hours Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, on Saturday, 9 to 1. Longtime Bulldog supporter and alumni Stephen Coons is the pharmacist. Convenient locations, low prices, quick service, most insurance plans accepted, and they treat you like family. They really do. That's where I get. Oh, my meds.
Speaking of Donnie Brooks, just a little south of us here, down at East Davison.
Yes.
Ledford and East Davison, they are in a Donnybrook heading into the fourth quarter. If this score is right, East Davison's come back. It's 35-34. Now that is a ball game.
Now, who is leading?
Well, Ledford's winning, 35-34, but they were blowing East out.
Oh, boy, that is a game. All right, the Bulldogs, talking about the game, the Bulldogs trailing by 1. But they're heading for the red zone. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And a freshman quarterback leading the way.
Yes, they do have a freshman quarterback, R.J. Drayton. And he'll hand it off. Big hole up the middle. There goes Robinson. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Kevin Robinson got big hole up the middle. And so nothing but daylight.
Well, and that's not a freshman running back. The senior goes 43 yards right up the middle, and the passing set that run up right there. I mean, Thomasville had been going to the sidelines with the pass with the freshman quarterback in there. They chose to, on that play, go right up the gut to a well-rested Kevin Robinson, and he made the Eagles pay.
Yeah, and also, Miles, they went up the gut instead of going to the edge.
Yep.
Kind of lulled the Eagles to sleep and then broke one off. Appreciate the likes on YouTube, all you guys out there. 11:52 to go in this game. We've had a Donnybrook the whole way, 13-8 right now, and the Bulldog just missed the extra point. So we got a 13-8. That's a 3-point ball game. Wow, we may be looking at overtime before this game's over. Well, let's go down to Jesse. Jess?
Yeah, I'm going to get that dog. I'm going to give Scotty that bone. Scotty said that was a good thing about Thomasville by putting RJ in to throw the passes to loosen up the inside game, make everybody drop back, and that is exactly what happened.
Jess, Scotty, you can certainly give that dog a bone. And those linemen a bone. That was a gaping hole.
That's the biggest hole we've seen all night. I think you or I could have gotten 20-25 on that. We might not have scored, but we could have picked up some yards.
I think at this point,
it's those linemen.
At this point, I think you, Jesse, Scotty, old Ron over here, me, would have to have a tag team. Maybe put Roger in there to also hand the ball off. We might have got there, but I'll tell you what, it was a gaping hole. Nobody near him. It was just a sprint.
The K-Train.
He started a football play and ended up in a track meet. Garcia tees the ball up on the 40-yard line, kicking left to right. Back deep is Devon Mills. And Serrano, Jerry Serrano. Garcia puts his foot into it. It's going to be Mills dropping the ball, picks it up, tries to run around his right side there, gets around the end, out across the 30-yard line, and finally brought down. Did a good job after he picked it up because his blocking started to break down at that point. So Smith now trails Miles 13-8.
Yeah, I mean, the touchdown puts them up. They don't even have to kick an extra point, so
now they
need 6.
They had an opportunity on their last possession, but the penalties really bit them.
Yeah, and penalties have hurt them all night. They've been penalized a lot.
It looks like a runner got him a Thomasville hat. You got one on. I need to get mine.
You gave us these a couple years ago, the team. These are nice hats.
They are nice. I'm going to tell you, those were custom built.
These are fitted hats, too.
They're custom built. The same hat that hand off around the right side. That's going to be a first down out to the 45 on that carry. Was number 17. We don't have him on the roster.
Yeah, maybe the first time we've seen him in the game tonight. That was a nice carry around the right side.
One of the top teams in America in high school is Aquinas, which is St. Thomas Hospital down in Jacksonville, Florida. If you watch them on ESPN when they play, if you see the coaches' caps are the ones that I provided for them.
And these are the...
that's what we have. I said, well, you know, we're going to get what Aquinas said.
Only the best from Tom Bryant.
Custom build that hat. They're the game. That's the main brand.
These are not. They're nice, I tell you.
Custom built, fitted caps. I need to wear mine to the home games anyway. Got a flag, and that's going to go against the Eagles again. Penalties are killing them. It's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 40-yard line instead of the 45. They're a little bit like the Bulldogs, Miles, in the fact that they try to get their skill runner out there in space. But they got some great athletes on this defense of the Bulldogs that can match up well with them.
Yeah, defense has played pretty solid tonight for Thomasville.
This is going to be a quarterback keeper. Chuckamika, there's a flag goes down, and that came from the white hat, I believe. Did it not?
Maybe a hold against Smith. That's what it is. That's a nice defensive play over there for Ricky Carson.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 25.
You don't see those very often, do you?
No. So the Bulldogs have an opportunity now to get the ball back in deep in Eagle territory, and a chance to put this game out of reach. Go up 2 possessions.
Also, secondary got to be careful here. They've been bitten a couple times on that little stop and go route by Jamari Shepard. You don't want to see that happen here.
And the Eagles will throw the ball.
Oh yeah, no question about it.
Smith brought a good crowd with him. The Bulldogs have a good home crowd here. And the handoff to the running back, number 12, and we don't have him on the roster, Mr. Man. I don't believe the PA announcer has him either.
Nope.
So it's going to be 2nd and about 13. Smith needs to get a big play to get out of their own territory deep. 9:39 left in the game. Empty backfield. 5 wideouts. And a roll to the right, and Chuckamika is going to go down for another loss. And he'll have 3rd and Charlotte, North Carolina, for a first down.
Great coverage and some really nice pressure.
I can't think of a better place than maybe it's just a mid-screen pass, or maybe it's just a draw play and punt it, but Smith has to get out of this territory, or Thomasville has a chance to really nail it down. 3 wideouts to the near side, 2 to the far side. Chuckamika barking out the signals. Becomes a 2-man rush, and he's going to go down. He was able to get it off. She'll be incomplete. But the Bulldogs had a bull rush by only 2 people.
Yeah, Jacoby Green was one of them, but the guy who got to the quarterback was Gary Pemberton.
Boy, he's a player, isn't he?
He is a player.
Let's see what class he's in.
I think Pemberton, this might be it for him. He's a senior.
He'll make somebody a good player. We need him at Guilford.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Guilford, got a big game tomorrow, don't we?
7 p.m. kickoff at Guilford College. It'll be a big crowd. It's always a big crowd for a night game. 7 p.m. And I believe next week will be another home game. It'll be homecoming.
It is. You're right.
At least Shenandoah comes to that. Carpenter back deep at the Bulldog 46-yard line. It's going to be too much time. Well, I tell you, there's just no excuse in that.
Penalties have killed Smith on this drive. Thomasville's going to have really good field position to work with here.
I say one thing about the Eagle coaches. They might get the most well-dressed. They got to see a tie over there. They come look like basketball coaches.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Boy, there's a one-hopper back to the punter. He gets it off, and it takes an Eagle bounce inside the 30, inside the 25, still rolling. And the Eagles down it at the 23-yard line of the Bulldogs. Wow, you couldn't buy a better punt than that.
That's 2 really good ones Chuckamika's had that have been line drives away from Carpenter. Well, you'd like to see Thomasville just ground it out here and take some time off of that clock and move the chains.
You don't. Bulldogs do not need a turnover. 8:09 left in the game. Bulldogs have it at their own 23-yard line.
And I tell you,
First and 10.
They bring back R.J. Drayton, so it's the freshmen to win or lose, isn't it?
It sure is.
I like that.
Well, he's showing a lot of maturity as he hands it off this time again to Kay Robinson. And it closed real quick that time. He stopped for no gain, loses 2 yards. He's 2nd and 12. I think you might see a lot of stunting and blitzing right now.
And Thomasville will milk the clock. The problem is there are no play clocks.
No. The Bulldogs had play clocks. I don't know why they're not out here. Here's a pass, a split screen, caught and dropped. And on the catch was Lucas.
Caden Lucas.
I haven't seen Caden.
No, that's his first catch of the year.
This is a big 3rd down for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 7 from their own 26-yard line. Will we see a pass play, or Somebody go to the edge.
They try to get Robinson the ball
Be a
over
pass
here.
play.
Yeah, he's open.
That's going to be a run now, and he slides down. Drayton slides down at about the 21-yard line, Miles. It's going to be 4th and 7.
Boy, he had Jahan Robinson wide open. Maybe not enough yardage for the first down, but he was open, had some running room, and just didn't pull the trigger on it.
Now the punting team will come out. The Bulldogs lead by 3. 6:28 to go in the game.
Well, give credit to Greensboro's defense.
Yeah, both teams well coached, doing the best they can do out here. Now the Bulldogs call timeout. Back deep is Mills, Devon Mills. We got a timeout. Let's go down to Scotty Hughes. Scott.
Yeah, Tommy, there's just so many guys. I don't know what you do about that other than, hey, back in the day, we did what's called situations, and we did it the entire practice until we got it right. These are some good ball players out here. They're just a little bit confused when they're supposed to be on the field. Thomas was up 13-8, 6:04 to go. This is a big punt here. Back to you guys.
Well, it's not a time in the game to be confused. You're up at 3 points with 6:04 to go. Plenty of time for both teams. I mean, the league could change again a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
These speedsters on the field. Now, the guy back there, that's Devon Mills, back to receive the punt. He's at Eagle 42-yard line. Need a good snap. And it's over the head, but caught. And Mills had a spectacular dive and catch. What a dangerous thing that was.
Boy,
almost saw danger
on both ends.
Both ends.
Oh, my God.
Almost disaster both ends.
Tommy, you might look back later on in 5 minutes and 58 seconds and say that play by Gary Pemberton might have saved the game for Thomasville, because that ball looked like it was snapped. It was over his head, but he was able to corral it one-handed, turn, and get the punt off.
Yes, he did. That was just – he might have saved the game for the Bulldogs.
Could very well could have.
If the score holds up, you could look back at that and say you might have saved the game. But the Eagles have been snake bitten. They've been shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at their own 48. And there's a fumble. Ball handed off to number 17. We don't have him on the roster, and they lost about 3 yards. The Bulldogs are starting to penetrate that line of scrimmage, getting in that backfield.
And the guy doing it on that play was, again, Pemberton, Gary Pemberton.
The Bulldog defense really is what's been keeping the Bulldogs in this game, and now they've got a 3-point lead. Chukwemeka with an empty backfield, back in the gun. Looking downfield, being pressured. He's going to try to run with it and somehow find some room out in the center of the field, crosses midfield, down inside the 40-yard line before he is brought down. I don't know how he got loose.
I don't either. The pressure came from the left side. There's nobody over on the right side to contain, and they flushed the quarterback out of the pocket, but he went upfield and had a lot of running room and got the first.
He is
a weapon.
He's about as quick a stop and go person as I've seen.
He really is.
Now in the pistol formation with 3 wideouts to the left. They hand it off, and once again, it's number 17, the mystery man. He's going to lose a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
This time it's the junior linebacker coming in, Jerome Robinson, to make the stop.
Ball's at the Bulldog 40-yard line, working right to left. Come the Eagles of Benell High School. Chukwuemeka back to pass.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Throws it downfield, and it's almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. And Chukwuemeka is hurt. I think he might have pulled a hamstring.
Either that or he caught a cramp, Tommy, as he was rolling to his right. He pulled up before he released that football. You could tell he was just trying to get rid of it. And Robinson, Jahan Robinson, almost came away with a pick for Thomasville. That could have ended the game, but we'll see. We'll see how what the effect is to the injury to Chuck.
Well, got time out on the field. Let's go down to Jesse. Jess.
Yeah, Miles was telling me I thought he was trying to win an Oscar. When he started jumping up, I said, oh, he's trying to make the defense come back, and he going to sling it down the field. But it was a good job by Thomasville stopping him. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Thomasville defense has been the story here right now, I think, Miles. Kevin Robinson got loose on that long run. Got him in the game, but this Bulldog defense has caused the Eagles to have multiple penalties.
Well, Tommy, Chukwuemeka is going to come out of the game. He's over there trying to flex that left ankle, it looks like. He may come back, but he's coming out at least for a play. And the mystery quarterback is number 1.
And he's a mystery man. We don't have him on the roster.
We do know that he threw a pick in the first half.
That is a fact. So he'll work out of an empty backfield. I'm winning backfield. A little bit of confusion with the players on the field. Number 17 comes back on the field for the Eagles. And this time, quarterback run around the left end, and he's not going to get a whole lot. As number 1, and we don't have him on the roster. So it's 4th and 6 for Smith, and this might be their last chance.
Yeah, and
to touch the ball.
I'm surprised, Tommy. Chukwuemeka is on the sideline running and warming up. I'm surprised Smith didn't take a timeout to get him back in the ball game.
Do they have another timeout?
They've got 2, I believe. They are going to take a timeout.
Well, they do call a timeout with 3:14 to go.
And they are going to bring him back in the game.
And Chukwuemeka will come back in. This may be their last chance because there's only 3:14 left. And the Bulldogs can run that timeout, that clock out. Because I don't think Smith has any more timeouts. Jesse, does Smith have any more timeouts? Do you know?
I don't think so, because they don't call like 2 back-to-back and 1 earlier, but I'll find out in a minute.
Well, Tommy, you're the defense. You want to keep those receivers in front of you, but if I'm Thomasville's defense, I am going to contain Chukwuemeka. I'm not going to let him get outside. I'm going to keep him in the pocket.
Well, I'm sure that they're going to key on him, no doubt about that. Now the question is he going to throw it or will he try to run it? Depends on how his wheels are. He's not limping right now.
No, he's not.
Now they've got number 13. That's Jairus Serrano in the backfield First time I've seen Serrano in the backfield. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the boundary, working right to left. Ball's on the Bulldog 36-yard line. It's 4th and 6.
Taking a lot of time.
Chukwemeka rolling to his right, looking downfield. Turns the corner. He's going for that first down. Miles dives for it, and I believe he's got it.
They're going to spot him out of bounds. Oh, he's going to get it. I thought they were going to mark it short, but they say he got it.
Yeah, he dove.
On a bad wheel.
Yeah, he dove about a yard beyond the stick, and that gives Smith a first down with 3:05 to go in the game.
Oh, this is not over. What a big conversion.
What a play. Well, they put it on his shoulders, the playmaker. Called a timeout, got him back in the game. And now the Bulldogs call a timeout. I'm a little surprised at that.
Well, I think Coach George wants to make sure the defense understands what's going on here. I mean, I think it's probably a good timeout. I mean, that was a big conversion by the Eagles, gave them a little momentum, and this is one that'll slow them down a little bit here.
Got to pay off. If the Eagles score, then you're limited on how many timeouts you've got. Just a minute or 2 left in the game. 3:05 left. Let's go down to Scotty Hughes. Scotty, what's your update?
Well, that was a big play there by the quarterback for Smith getting that first down, and he was not going to be denied. He dove forward 3 yards. A lot of heart. That boy's showing a lot of heart getting that first down. Back to you guys.
Okay, the Bulldogs come back out on defense, and we got Smith in pretty much a do-or-die situation with this set of downs. I mean, they have to score or it's over with. Thomasville can run that clock out. Chukwemeka with a draw play. No, he keeps it. A fake draw. Reverses his field. He's the most slippery guy I've seen in a couple of years.
He should have been stopped back there for about a 5-yard loss, and he actually gained. We gained 2 yards.
It was a Three Stooges act. It was he's running all over the place. Everybody's running into each other. Keystone Cops.
They're leading rusher.
Yeah.
2nd and 9. The Bulldogs did a good job stopping Chukwemeka. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 split to the far side. Chukwemeka fires it. Got a receiver out there, and he's hit immediately. But and it's picked up the fumble, and the Bulldogs pick it up and come back the other way with it. And that may seal the victory for the Bulldogs.
That's Isaiah Black.
Black picked it up and came back the other way with it. So the Bulldogs may win this by the skin of their chinny chin if they can hold on to the ball.
Well, it was a good catch, Tommy, over on the sidelines, and he was trying to get out of bounds, but Black stripped the ball from him and took off down the field, and that might be the nail in the coffin for the Eagles.
Well, there again, your timeouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now the Bulldogs just need not to turn it over with 2:11 left.
Got a Thomasville player down at the 43.
And now
he's cramping up, and that is Ricky Carson.
Next week, folks, we'll have Salisbury, the first conference game right here at Cushwa Stadium. Yeah, all-important ball game. The Bulldogs will face off against the Hornets.
A team that's given them fits the last several years, haven't they?
Yeah, Thomasville had a chance and probably should have won the game last year.
I agree.
And I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, they fumbled the ball right at the end. First and goal for the Bulldogs at their own 38-yard line. I don't think you'll see it in the air at all.
No, you'll have a little victory formation here in just a moment.
And here's a sweep. Along the far sidelines, out close to midfield goes Jay Robinson.
You'd like to have seen Robinson stay in bounds on that
You
run.
don't want him to run out of bounds. As he picks up 5 yards, runs out of bounds, that's another chance you've got of maybe perhaps fumbling the ball or turning it over. Carpenter in the lineup now for the Bulldogs. Out comes Elijah McNear. These Bulldogs have some great seniors. They sure be a little bit of a rebuilding for them. Second and 5. A sweep to the near side. There comes Robinson, upended. He holds on to the ball, though, gets to midfield. Actually, that wasn't Robinson.
Yeah.
Well, it was Robinson.
Yeah. His 8 on the front of his jersey is crinkled. It looks like a 10, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did. But it was pinched up a little bit. Bulldogs, first and 10 at the 50-yard line. 3-point lead.
Milk that clock, baby.
1:35 to go. Here's a sweep by Carpenter. He's got a hole, Miles. I thought he was going to break it. Gets out to the 40. Right now, it'd suit me if you just start taking these, you know.
Yeah, it's another Bulldog first down, and right now they can do that. They can take a knee and run this game out.
1:16 left. The clock is running. 1:10. And I think that's what the Bulldogs going to do. They're happy now.
Well, they'll go to 2-2 on the year.
Look in the back there. Start counting. Don't snap it yet. Look at you start counting.
Well, the Bulldogs be 2-2 on the year, and Smith will experience their first loss. And that's the knee.
That'll do it.
Yeah. And then have a little fracas on the other side. No need for that.
And again, Tyreek White getting up and not getting involved in that, which is the right thing to do.
And you got flags here with 31 seconds and flags down. You don't want anybody disqualified.
No.
Thrown out of the game with
Not
31 seconds.
Not with a big game against Salisbury looming next week. Boy, I tell you, this was a kind of a game coming into it. Didn't know what to expect with the way it went last year, but I'll tell you, Greensboro Smith's much improved. I will give their coaching staff a lot of credit. They're a much better team than we saw last year. But this was a hard-fought game.
It was a hard-fought game, Miles, and certainly no runaway by either team.
No.
Last year, the Bulldogs had their way with this team. But not tonight.
I think both teams will look at the game film on this and say offensively we had a lot of opportunities that we didn't capitalize on. Both teams did.
Yeah, a lot of penalties.
Yeah, a lot of penalties. Both teams hurt themselves, but I thought both defenses played pretty well.
Well, we'll see what the officials are going to do. I mean, this game is over. I mean, it's pretty much over. The Bulldogs have come out on top. Both teams in conference both teams in conference play, I think I'll have to play much better football.
Oh, yeah.
But this is going to go against the Eagles to go to the 30-yard line, and all the Dogs have to do is
take a knee.
And that will be it.
Well, big runs by Carpenter, 37-yard run in the second quarter, and a 43-yard run by Kevin Robinson was all the scoring Thomasville needed.
.310 left in this game. Actually, 31 seconds left in the game. Bulldogs will take a knee once again, and everybody just step back. No need for a bull rush or anything. And now the time will tick on off. 23 seconds left. Bulldogs come over to their side of the field. The Eagles are there. They get ready to shake hands, and congratulations to both teams and coaches. It's a very entertaining game.
It was, and I tell you, Tommy, after Thomasville's 1-point loss to Andrews last week, I thought, well, this team's got some growing up to do. Tonight, they showed they can win a close ball game. They didn't panic, and they did what they had to do to come away with a hard-fought 13-8 win. So nice job by Bradley George and the Bulldogs.
Okay, for Scotty Hughes, Jesse Tate, Ron Freeman, Miles Poole, Roger Bryant, everybody in the whole ballpark, I'm Tommy Bryant. Have a great rest of the evening, everyone.